Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm here again with my wife, Crystal.
Hey guys.
And we just got back from a nice, relaxing vacation, so there's a little bit of a gap in uploads, but there's so much content to come, so it's going to be a pretty exciting next few weeks. While we were gone, we posted on social media to get you guys to send us some questions for a Q&A video I wanted to shoot. A lot of people have been asking me to make a video like this for a while now, but the channel's gotten so big and things have become so busy and things have changed so much in the last year that it's left just some people just a little bit confused on what's happening and what's going to happen in the future and all that good stuff. So Crystal's going to help us out with reading off your questions. I'm going to do the best of my abilities to answer all of those questions, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, so first question is going to be, what has been your all-time favorite car testing out?
Ooh, road tested, like actually had a press car, definitely the Mercedes-AMG GTS, because that was the first car I've actually been able to drive on the track and live with, because Mercedes invited me out to California last December to test that pre-production Euro spec model, and then they sent me a week-long tester that I got to daily drive. So it was amazing. I got to see the two polar opposite ends of that car. But as far as like total, like probably, I don't know, the Lamborghini Aventador or the Ferrari Enzo, just some crazy hypercar that it was just one of those right time, right place kind of scenarios.
Alright, how did you get into YouTube and make all your connections in the car world?
Wow, that's a big question, so I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. So I've grown up around cars all my life. My dad used to play baseball back in the day with the White Sox briefly. He opened up a used car dealership after that in Florida, where I'm originally from. We ended up moving to North Carolina in the late 90s. He opened up another dealership, which he has right now, called Car Connections Incorporated up in Reidsville, North Carolina. So I worked there and all that kind of stuff all through school. And when I was in my undergrad at Campbell, before I started pharmacy school, I just started making YouTube videos, tours and walkarounds and things like that. And it evolved to the point where I just started sending emails. I met her and she gave me the encouragement to actually start going to some new car dealerships and seeing if they'll let me do some tours on new cars and whatnot. And the rest is history. It's just skyrocketed since then.
I believe it was Hendrick Chevy Cadillac in Monroe was kind of the first push.
And then I started doing some exotic cars and creating the whole in-depth review formula that's basically evolved from the simple styles before based on feedback that you guys have given me over the years. So this is definitely a channel built around everyone who watches it, which is pretty exciting.
Definitely. Alright, between the 2015 Mustang GT, Camaro SS, or Challenger SRT, which would you pick?
Well, the Challenger, I'm definitely more of a Dodge kind of guy, just with my Charger and stuff. I mean, I would say the Challenger just because it's a bigger car. I really like having a sedan, and the Challenger isn't that too much of a compromise. It's got a really big back seat and a big trunk. The Mustang would be my second choice just because it's the newest player, it's all fresh, it's a beautiful car. The Camaro, I wouldn't choose the 2015 just because they're coming out with the all-new 6th generation in the very near future, which should have a lot of improvements with build quality, hopefully visibility and things like that. But still an awesome car. They're great. It really boils down to personal preference.
Alright, do you have a favorite supercar over the years of reviews?
Not really. I didn't grow up around supercars, really. I'm more of just a classic muscle guy. I like V8s, loud exhaust, just the traditional Merca. I mean, I love Ferraris. I love the Pagani Huayra. The attention to detail that goes into these cars is just mind-blowing. I mean, all the Rolls Royces I've filmed, I have such a deep appreciation for quality, and seeing, like, people's handwork and stuff in cars, it's amazing. So I love supercars in general, but I guess I like all of them.
Definitely. So the question is, what cars do you plan to review in the future? So I guess kind of talk about how you end up reviewing cars.
Earlier this year, I got set up with a company who gives me my weekly press cars. I actually deal with a few different places, so sometimes I have 2 cars during the week. I used to film at dealerships back in the day. I don't do that quite as much now because I can make much better videos. I can do proper, like, long-term road test type videos that I can experience for a whole week. So the content has definitely gotten better. I mean, scenery, all that good stuff. I still go to dealerships, though. I have some really, really good contacts in North Carolina, like Cosmo Motors and some other local places for more specialty, classic cars, unique things, just off-the-wall late model stuff. And in addition, I mean, obviously I do variety from any car, any decade, any price point, so it really relies on people. I rely on people giving me tips, offering cars, dealer organizations like AutoNation and everything allow me to find just about anything that I need to or what you guys want to see.
Any plans for a project car of some sort?
No, I bought that 57 Jaguar, and I talked about that. You guys saw that tour, and I talked about that in my picking up the fairlane video and the fairlane vlog with Papa that I just uploaded recently. But I just don't really have time for a project car right now, being just I'm still just one person doing all of this, and I'm pulled in all sorts of different directions nowadays. It's something I would like to do, but have to get a little bit of extra spare time and space and money and some expertise to work on all that. But good idea, though.
All right. Planning to have kids? Short answer, yes, but not right now. We're so busy.
Yeah.
With work and with traveling and everything. Definitely, maybe next 5 years or so, but we're still pretty young. We're only 26, so.
We have a fur baby.
Yes, Veyron is our full-time baby right now.
Our little corgi that turned a year old in March this year.
All right, let's see. What are our careers? So we met in pharmacy school. I'm a pharmacist, so I do that full-time.
I am also a pharmacist. We
Yeah.
graduated in May 2013, but I told myself that I'd do YouTube full-time for 6 months after pharmacy school because it got pretty hectic towards the end. It was like working 2 full-time jobs to keep it up, and I didn't have near the subscriber basis that I have now. I think I might have had less than 200,000 subscribers. I don't know, but after 6 months, I started getting so busy with traveling and presentations and filming and whatnot. Here I am, almost 2.5 years into it, and I've never practiced pharmacy a single day, and there's no way I could possibly do it at this point. It's just...
You still keep your license
Yeah.
up and everything.
Yeah, I maintain all my CE credits and all of that.
Yeah.
But as far as actually having 2 full-time jobs, YouTube is the full-time job. It's unbelievable how busy and time-consuming it all has gotten, which definitely a good problem to have.
Yeah. If you could review any car in the world, what would it be?
Oh gosh,
That's a hard one.
It is a hard one. Just spitballing. I'd like to film all of the new hypercars, like the LaFerrari, the 918, the P1. I've already done the Wyra, which is the rarest of all of those.
Yeah.
But definitely those would be on my short list.
Let's see. Which car brand has shown the most improvement over the past few years, in your opinion?
Chrysler Group and Hyundai, definitely. GM has also made really, really big strides. I mean, just probably the biggest one has to be Chrysler Group, because when you look at Chrysler products, I mean, Chrysler like Dodge and all them from the 2000s and stuff, the build quality and stuff was really shoddy. it wasn't that great. And when you compare like a 2010 Charger to the 2011 and newer Chargers, it's just night and day. And some people are still stuck 10-15 years in the past and don't really understand how nice some of these new products and just American cars in general have gotten. I mean, I for one am really proud of the Charger that I drive, and it's awesome. It's just a classic American formula. It doesn't cost a tremendous amount of money when you compare it to imports. It's nice. It's just one of those things that needs to be seen to believe, I guess.
And which brands sold outside the U.S. would you like to see come to the U.S.?
In my limited experience, I think Citroen coming to the United States would be pretty cool. I know they have sold Citroens here in the last 50 years, but not in the last couple decades, I don't think. But yeah, but just something like that would add some pretty cool variety to the market.
Do you have a favorite all-time SUV?
full-time oh, okay, yeah. The Mercedes G-Class. A G63 AMG would be right up my alley.
All right. Would you buy a hot hatch in the future, and if so, a Golf, a Abarth 500, 595, etc.?
Well, I know the Abarth is really, really fun. I've driven that, and I've driven the 595 when I did Gumball 3000 the other year. So, unfortunately, we don't get the 595, but I probably wouldn't, just because I'm more of a rear-wheel drive V8 sedan type guy. I like the practicality of that, and I like driving a big car. But I love hatchbacks and I love wagons. The GTI I had as a press vehicle the other week was a blast. I liked the dual clutch transmission. I'm a huge Mini Cooper fan. I've actually owned a few Mini Coopers or so, and but the reliability on them it wasn't that good. I don't know about the new ones. I'd love to test out a new Mini Cooper. I've driven one briefly, but not too much. But if I bought one, I think it would be between a new Mini Cooper, maybe a GTI. I like the Abarth, but the build quality and stuff feels a little older. I know that generation Fiat 500 came out in like 2007 or so it's starting to show its age. I'd like to wait to see like an all-new updated model, but probably GTI, Mini Cooper S, John Cooper Works, something like that. Or Ford Focus ST or RS. Yeah.
Favorite food?
Oh gosh, my American's gonna start coming out now.
Cheeseburger with fries. Lots of
I'm
cheeseburgers.
bad. That's Veyron barking.
Let's see.
He's playing in his area.
I will combine these two questions. So, will you be traveling to Asia? Can you review JDM or modified cars?
I will not. I don't have any plans to travel to Asia. I would love to. That'd be a great filming
awesome.
trip. It would be. I've been trying to, and there's a playlist on my channel homepage for like iconic JDM sports cars that I've been trying to compile over the last couple of years. I mean, I've filmed a lot of stuff. I mean, the Skyline R32, RD30, yeah, Skyline GTR R32, 33, 34, the new GTR. I mean, MR2s, the Supra Turbo. I mean, all those cool things. The NSX-T, just a lot of stuff. I'd like to film one of the original GTRs from like the late 60s, early 70s. That'd be really cool. So I'm totally interested in doing something like that. It's impossible to find something like that around me. I'd have to find like an importer or something that would maybe Rivsu Imports call me. But yeah, totally interested in doing something like that.
Let's see. Are you selling your Charger? No.
No, I love that car.
What happened to the
SRT
Hyundai?
one day, maybe. SRT. Yes, dear.
What happened to your Hyundai?
Oh, I've gotten that question so many times. I sold that Hyundai probably about 5 years ago. It was the Genesis Coupe 3.8 Grand Touring. It was the first car I bought with my own money back in 2010. I drove it for about a year or so. It was super fun. I put an exhaust and an intake on it.
Everybody could hear him coming down the street.
It was awesome. I loved it. Loud exhaust, me. That's what I said. But I'm just not a sports car person. I sold it. I mean, I just got tired of paying money on something that I really didn't want. It wasn't the most practical thing for going back and forth to school. So I bought, what did I buy? I bought a 95 Buick Roadmaster Limited with 40,000 miles on it. Still one of my favorite cars I've ever owned. America. But I had that for a little while, and then I upgraded to the Charger eventually when the new ones came out.
Do you ever go to the SK04 side of the dealership?
I do sometimes, and I know a lot of people have traveled there, like on vacation, just passing through and stuff. I'm not there about 98, 99% of the time. I don't live in Reidsville anymore, so I only go up there usually to visit Dad and stuff. My mom takes care of things at the shop for me, so that helps out a whole lot. But yeah, I stay down.
Winston area.
Yeah, around Winston-Salem area.
All right. Do you have any plans on coming to Australia? That would be awesome.
I would also like to, and I could probably film a lot of cool JDM cars over there that we don't get over here.
And
Skylines and stuff.
Yeah. How do you see the automotive industry changing in the next 15 to 20 years? Probably a lot.
Things are changing so fast right now, it's unbelievable. I mean, the technology that keeps coming out, I mean, it just keeps getting better and better. But the only thing that I do worry about is the future of, like, the classic American muscle V8 and all that kind of stuff with impending regulations and all of that kind of stuff. Manufacturers are going to have to start coming out with cars, either all new cars or work on their existing cars to increase like the miles per gallon targets and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, Charger SRTs and V8 Mustangs, Chevrolet SS and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I wonder about that kind of stuff. I know the core sports cars, muscle cars like the Mustang, Challenger and stuff probably aren't going anywhere, but I would hate for some of it to go away, like the V8 sedans and all that. As awesome as like a twin turbo 6 would be, it's a 6. It's not an 8. I'd want an 8. I don't care if it's faster or more efficient. I just want an 8. I grew up around family.
It has a certain sound.
Yeah, like to me, and it was like this back in the day, and when I get it from my grandfather, like to me an 8 is more prestigious. If that makes sense. It's more of an old school mentality, I guess. It really, I mean, the younger people probably wouldn't get that. I don't know, but that's my 2 cents, I guess. I can ramble on about that, but I want an 8. It's like the Ford GT. The new Ford GT. I wish it was an 8. It's okay.
Still looks pretty cool.
It still looks freaking sweet.
What would be your top 5 cars that you desire to own the most? I guess money doesn't matter.
Mercedes AMG GTS, fully loaded, custom spec'd, all that good stuff. Charger Hellcat would be really nice. Let's see, probably the G63 AMG or Range Rover Sport SVR. That would also be awesome. Probably some supercar. I've always loved the Aston Martin Rapide, so I'd probably say that. That's 3. Definitely some classics, fully restored. A 59 Cadillac Eldorado convertible with the huge fins that are like a foot tall off the back, and probably something else from another old car. It'd take me a little while to figure out, but a couple classics definitely good to have around. A little supercar, a couple classics, some modern muscle. Yeah.
So, you went to Gumball before. Do you have any future plans of going again?
I hope so. I wasn't able to make it work this year, but I'm hoping to collaborate with Shmi 150 maybe, see if we can get something set up next year for like an epic road trip style tour or whatever across Gumball. So, it's in the talks. We'll see if something can be worked out.
Alright. One question you get a lot. First car suggestions.
Well, don't let it be a Saab like my car was. I love Saabs. My first car was a Saab, and a Saab 900 SE turbo convertible, a 1997 model that I got in 2004. That's where the name Saabkyle04 came from. But it was horribly unreliable, unfortunately, even though it was a cool car. Just anything, a lot of stuff domestic would be relatively cheap to fix. I wouldn't recommend getting an import with high miles unless it's like a Toyota or a Honda or something like that. Definitely no high mileage BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, or anything like that unless you got a lot of money to keep them repaired. I know. But yeah, just anything like that. Probably newer rather than older, if you can. I don't have any really specifics. I've had so many different cars. I can recommend a Buick Roadmaster, but everybody would probably think I'm crazy. But it was a good car for me. Personal preference. Just get what you want.
Let's see. No, we did not take Veyron with us to Jamaica. He would have
not liked it.
Not liked that at all.
He would have not been happy. Probably about those dogs that are having a fit next door.
kind of already talked about it, but do you like JDM cars? Which one's your favorite?
Oh yeah, of course. My favorites are definitely the ones from the 90s, like the Super Turbo, of course, all the Skyline GTRs. I like the Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo or Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4, the Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo. All of those are like my favorite classic JDM sports cars, as are pretty much everybody else's, I assume.
What do I think of the new Fairlane? It's gorgeous, beautiful car, and it makes you happy, so we love it.
I have a good woman here who supports my car hobby. When I say, "Dear, come look at this car on eBay." I'm not going to buy this Fairlane, but just look how clean it is. And then after
Sure.
talking for a couple hours, I'm like, "Dear, I think I need this Fairlane. I can make videos with it."
We have an escalation of want.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you donate any YouTube revenue to charitable causes? Would love to hear what charities you're passionate about.
I don't have any specific ones that I do regularly, but I do do some stuff with like other local organizations and whatnot. I've done some stuff with the Children's Make-A-Wish Foundation. A lot of you saw that video on the channel that Crystal shot, and the Today Show segment and all of that, and with Andrew and his family. So that was really cool. There's some other things that I'm going to try to work on in the future, some ideas I have over the next year. So as those come to fruition, I'll definitely share those.
There's some stuff kind of in the works right now.
We'll see.
Well, fingers crossed. If we were to get another dog, what breed would it be?
No more dogs.
What would you name it?
No more dogs.
Veyron is a handful.
He's a good boy, but I bought him the day or two before I left for Gumball last year, not even thinking.
Yeah.
I bought him off of impulse. He's a good boy. He's got his own little area to play in, and he stays in the house with us. And but it's definitely a big responsibility. So I would recommend make sure you think about it first.
That's true.
Never say never, I guess. But probably a corgi. They're good. They're good dogs.
What was your most expensive car that you bought?
The Charger.
Charger.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you buy the Kia Soul? So that's my car. Originally I had a 94 Mustang convertible. That was my first car. Also had the Beetle. It's pretty cool. It was orange.
2002 Snap Orange Edition. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So it ended up somebody really wanted the Beetle, so we sold that. Actually sold the Mustang at his dad's dealership. And
Pretty much simultaneously with the other one.
yeah. Unfortunately, the girl that bought it wrecked it like 2 weeks later. Made me very sad, but I love that car, but it was getting, it was kind of older.
The mileage counter stopped counting at 196,000 miles, so for all we know, it had 300,000 on it.
It still got me there though.
Oh, it was good.
It was a good car. Ended up we looked for the Thunderbird next.
Yeah, we were initially looking at like a Mustang convertible, like 05, 06, like that newer body style, but I mean, you see them all over the place, and we like different stuff, so we started looking at Thunderbirds and found the Thunderbird blue with the matching like turquoise interior. So that was perfect. And
yeah, and I drove that one for pretty much most of the end of rotation year. I'm in pharmacy school. Love the car. I still have it, obviously, but it's a little bit smaller on the inside. There's not a whole lot of room.
Car's as big as a Lincoln, but it's got Miata-sized interior space and trunk space.
So I was looking for something kind of not too big because I'm used to driving the smaller car. So was looking sort of crossover type cars. He'd had 2 Souls as press cars in the past, and I liked them then. It's kind of more younger, more modern. So I've got the modern car, and then I've got the retro car. So I really
daily
enjoy
and the
it
fun.
so far, yeah.
But it's a nice vehicle. I mean, when we bought it, they just came out with this package called the Umber package, and it was only available in 2 colors. Ours is the cloud white, and the Umber package has this caramel colored Napa leather, and on top of the Exclaim. So ours is absolutely fully loaded. There's not a single option you could tack on in addition to ours, and it's really nice. I mean, Kia and Hyundai offer tremendous amount of variety, and it fit our bill. It's very comfortable. It's been reliable. I mean, good build quality. It's great.
Yeah, I love it so far. So, quick question, what happened to the Jaguar?
So the 57 Jaguar, I put up that in-depth tour on it, bought it, I don't know, a few months ago or whatever. After I put that up, someone expressed interest in fixing it up themselves, and after I started thinking, I mean, I wanted to put a V8 in it. I mean, it had an updated drivetrain from a mid-80s Ford. It was a V6, and it was just, it was too slow for me. I wanted a V8. It needed some body work. I didn't want to put the time, the effort, and the years into it. I wanted to buy something that was nice and done and just original, and that's why I bought the Fairlane. So I ended up selling it to them, and they're going to work on it as their project car. So passing the baton, so to speak, to another fellow classic car enthusiast who wants to make it their own.
What are some of Crystal's favorite cars you reviewed? So the GTS was pretty cool. It was nice to have that for a week.
That was like driveway jewelry.
The Jaguar we just had was
The F-Type
pretty
coupe
nice.
manual.
My all-time favorite probably still is the Panamera. I've had a soft spot for that car ever since he did it.
I have not had a press one, though.
No, you haven't had a press one, but
Porsche press vehicle. Please.
that was probably back in 2010, maybe. It's a little bit older, but
yeah, I'd like to
beautiful.
test out a new Panamera. That would be pretty sweet with the new engine options they have for it.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you consider doing dealership startups again, or even cold starts on personal vehicles?
Honestly, I have thought about that, and I almost did it recently, but I'm so swamped with all the press cars and traveling. I mean, when I travel out of state twice a month, when I do that, I can't edit. It's just too much stuff I gotta do, especially if I'm filming like 7 cars during that trip, and then I gotta catch up when I get back, because my videos usually take a couple days, maybe even 3 days to edit. So it's just, I think it would be cool as a neat throwback video, and it's not something that I'm not gonna do. I just can't do it right now. So we'll just table that for hopefully at a later time.
Consider doing meet and greets.
Yes, definitely. The only reason I haven't done anything like that, I mean, I've traveled all over the United States in the past year, basically, from Miami to Washington State and Seattle and whatnot. The only reason I don't announce those trips beforehand is because I don't ever know what the situation is going to be like. There's a lot of variables with wind, weather, the dealership, the location of shooting, the timing that I have, that I'm afraid to do something that deviates from that until I completely get all the filming done. But by the time that happens, usually the trip is over. And again, that cool thing that we're going to talk about at the end of the video, I will be doing something like that and announcing my trip beforehand. So hopefully we can do something like that in the future, and just in general.
Yeah.
I will keep you guys posted on that stuff. Social media.
There are a lot of new cool cars coming in the near future, like the new Camaro, the new Equus, the Cadillac CT6, the BMW 7 Series.
Oh, such good
Which
list.
ones are you eagerly anticipating?
Definitely the CT6. Again, I like big sedans. I like the traditional big Cadillac sedans. I'm actually was invited to drive the new Camaro at the end of October, beginning of November, so that should be pretty cool. I mean, all those. I mean, new cars are just so nice in general. In general, it's really exciting to see what they come out with next.
Mm-hmm. I miss your old style videos where you did your full in-depth review as one video and then your full, thorough, detailed test drive as a second video. Would you consider doing that again?
Yes and no, and I'll explain. My old videos back when they're referring to, they were not reviews. I started doing reviews later. My old videos back in the day were tours, walkarounds, where I just showed the car and showed how things worked and whatnot. But they were very, I mean, they're still kind of amateur, but they were very amateur. I'm trying to move more into a professional direction where I teach people everything there is to know about the car and still keep things entertaining. I want to integrate more different types of content that are maybe more exciting and fun in addition to the typical in-depth reviews. So keep the same level of content I'm doing now, but add to it over time. And there wouldn't really be a point in splitting the video. It's much more time efficient just to mesh everything together so people aren't watching one over the other. I want it to be an all-inclusive type video. I put timestamps in all the videos now, so if you look in the description box of all the road tests and test drives and all of that, like the long videos, you want to see road test clips or certain sections, you just click on the little time in the description box and it goes to that portion of the video. So it makes it a lot easier if there's certain parts of the video that you want to see versus others. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to do. I'm probably not going to split it up. Again, it depends on the type of car. My main goal is just to improve upon what I started with. So keep the same general formula and the idea behind it, but improve upon the camera work, improve upon the writing and the cars and all of that kind of stuff. So anything is possible, I guess. It's just as I figure out the right things to do.
Would you go back to some of the old dealerships you visited when you first started doing videos for YouTube? And we do.
Yeah, I have. I haven't probably in the last year and a half or so.
It's just because of the distance from where we are now.
Yeah, they're at least an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. And again, with timing and travel and stuff, it has to be something just really, really spectacular, something very unique that I just have to go do. Or just be stupid not to, but it's just timing right now. Being one person, it's just limiting it.
Would you ever review motorcycles?
I'd love to if I knew anything about them. I'd like to bring somebody else on board who was an expert on motorcycles and make a regular feature out of it. I think that would be awesome. I just don't know anybody.
Yeah. How do you keep your car so clean? Is there a particular brand of wash and wax you use?
I try different stuff all the time. I typically lean towards Jaguar's products just because they've always worked well for me. I like the wax that doesn't dry white on the car. Yeah, I mean, no personal preference, but Jaguar's has always made some good stuff.
And with that, would you ever do a detail video?
I used to. Very amateurish. There's a lot of just expert detail people on YouTube. Like the guy that does Ammo NYC is just unbelievable. He's like the in-depth version of detailing. But I mean, there's probably some videos that I would shoot when I get more time of like some easy tips and tricks of just things that I do that may help people out. I don't claim to be an expert by any means on detailing, but there's certain things that I do and that I like certain way and stuff, and I don't know, it might help people.
Would you ever consider bringing another person on?
Yes, extremely. And I'm actually doing that right now. This channel, I mean, is almost 800,000 subscribers, and it should hit 1 million by this time next year, if not sooner. Sooner. I want that big gold YouTube play button to hang on my wall next to the tiny silver play button for hitting 100,000 subscribers. That'll be like my crowning achievement. That's all I want, just the big gold play button. But my buddy Chris Tolley, who has been in some videos, and he was my co-driver for Gumball 3000, is currently changing his job to move closer to me, and he will be the first official, in addition to my dear Crystal here, employee or associate or whatever you want to call it, to Saabkyle04 LLC, in addition to myself. So this is going to be really awesome. He's going to be able to take care of a lot of background tasks, responding to social media, emails, helping me with video production and creating new types of videos. I mean, all sorts of stuff. I mean, so many. I can finally try to take this to the next level because I'm like maxed out right now with what I can handle, and I want to make sure my priority is getting the content to you guys and filming cool things. So this is going to be really, really awesome. I will, of course, make an official like introduction video later, and we'll talk plans and ideas and what you guys want to see out of the channel and all of that kind of stuff later on for the long term and the next year and all of that kind of stuff. So this channel just keeps getting more awesome. Yeah, it's going to be great.
So I guess that brings us to the last question was, are you going to visit Europe again?
Yes.
So yes.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me that and film cars over there that I can't get over here. So I'm currently working on that. It's definitely going to happen. It's just a lot of logistics that needs to be run through. But I'm going to be doing some stuff with some old friends, meeting some new friends there. And we're basically going to fly to Germany, drive through Germany, through Switzerland, go to Italy, and end up in Monaco. And this will be in the middle of October. I'll announce the dates and all of that kind of stuff closer to time when I have more details and the official dates of where we're going to be and all that good stuff. A lot of supercars, a lot of rare things, knock on wood, everything stays where they are. And who knows, maybe get some surprises along the way.
But we're gonna definitely be posting stuff to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
It's all my social
the whole
media.
Thing.
Yeah, all my social media is Saabkyle04 LLC. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Instagram, I put the most effort into Instagram because of all the pictures of the cars and cool things that I see along the way. Facebook and, of course, Twitter are all other great ways to keep up to date with all that kind of stuff. But we will be doing, like Crystal said, vlog videos on the regular. I hope to do them as daily vlogs, so we announce where we're going, what we did that day, what kind of videos I shot, and what you'll expect to see when I get back. I mean, it'll definitely be a trip of a lifetime. I mean, Gumball was awesome, but I actually get to do this with Crystal, and we're going to see some awesome sights along the way. That just very, very fortunate to be able to do something like this and bring you guys a lot of extra content that I wouldn't be able to film otherwise in the United States.
Yeah, it'll definitely be Gumball-esque. But
yeah, we'll be driving
but it'll be exciting.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching our lengthy Q&A video. I mean, coming from this channel, you guys didn't think I was actually going to make a short video, right? But yeah, so hopefully I answered all of your questions, or at least most of them. There's always a whole lot more stuff in the works in the background and stuff, and I'll keep you guys up to date the best I can. Of course, remember, follow Saabkyle04 LLC on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to keep up with all of the news, press vehicles, and all the cool stuff to come. Anything to add?
Thanks for watching, guys.
We'll see ya.